Hey, it's Maximo and welcome to Maximo's Travels. We're staying for a second time at the Mercure Tokyo stay, Osaka Namba, and this video will be a review of our stay there. I'll be covering its great location, all the hotel's different facilities, including its great buffet breakfast, and providing you a detailed tour of the room. Join me on this detailed review of one of the best hotels in Osaka. It's our second time in Osaka and our second time staying at the Mercure Tokyo stay Osaka Namba Hotel. It's located in a fantastic position, being a few hundred metres from Dotonbori and about 900 metres from Namba Station. About a 15-minute walk with suitcases. It's close to Dotonbori and Dotonbori River with all its cafes, shops, fantastic eateries and great nightlife. The hotel's cost, location and amenities made it a no-brainer about staying here again. 3 nights accommodation cost 73,000 yen or about 774 Australian dollars, and that included breakfast. That's about 258 Australian dollars per night or 169 US dollars. Right on the money in terms of what we'd like to spend at a hotel. We found our hotel. Mercure Tokyo stay. As soon as you walk from the outside hustle and bustle of Osaka into the dark, broody and luxurious ambience of the hotel lobby, you know that you've entered somewhere a little bit different. The hotel also has a second entrance on the tree-lined and exclusive Midosuji Street. This is in addition to the other entrance on the side street. So you've got 2 entrances to choose from depending on which direction you're coming from. The entrance from Midosuji Street is quite grand, and as soon as you turn the corner you're greeted with a very pleasant garden. There are also some tables and chairs out here, but when we visited it was far too cold to spend any time lounging outdoors, with the temperature hovering just over 10 degrees Celsius or around about 50 Fahrenheit. Even the fire pit wasn't lit. One of the most striking things about the hotel lobby is this wall of plants. I did ask management and the plants were plastic and not real. Still, quite a striking look. There was never any queues at the front reception desk, and just beside the reception desk was a small bar serving drinks and snacks. This is where we had our complimentary welcome drinks. You can also get snacks and drinks to take up to your room, but with so many convenience stores and much lower prices nearby, we never bothered to do this. Up the stairs and over the bar, there's a couple of lounge areas. There are heaps of tables and chairs to work, as well as couches to lounge, and huge floor-to-ceiling windows. It's such a nice light-filled space. Made it really pleasant, and it provided a fantastic view of the wall of plants. If you keep on walking up the stairs, there's a second darker and quieter lounge area. Here you'll find a hammock, some comfortable chairs, and even a couple of private booths, as well as a games area, including a pool table. This is a very small yet funky looking gym. We've got 4 exercise machines and that's about it. And very weird purple lighting. Just past the gym and on the other side of the wall of plants, you'll find the main dining area and upstairs bar. The complimentary breakfasts are served here, as well as dinner and lunch. We didn't have any dinners and lunch here, but we did have breakfast, and I'll review this shortly. The bar downstairs closes in the early evening, so if you want to have a drink, you need to come to the first floor restaurant area where drinks are served. Weirdest coloured lips. Weird.
Early the next morning.
We're on the fluffy couch today. Quite furry, isn't it? That fluffy couch is a holding area where you wait to have your breakfast if it's busy. We only had to wait there on the 1 out of 3 mornings. The breakfast area is just as dark and brooding as the rest of the hotel, with breakfast being served as a buffet style. And the style of food here was certainly more Western than probably any other hotel that we've stayed at for the rest of our current trip in Japan. They served a number of fresh juices, different breads, a number of hot savoury food, including bacon, eggs, and a salmon dish, as well as your usual hot Western fare, including hash browns, sausages, bacon, and eggs. Everything was clearly labelled with all their ingredients and allergens, which was particularly pleasing and much appreciated. They did have a number of Japanese dishes available, but I'd say this was the minority rather than the majority, and a lot of them were fish-based. It may not look like the plates were very large, but the staff kept refreshing them constantly. The food looked really fresh and very inviting. Everything was very well presented and looked awfully fresh. This is probably one of the best buffets, not so much in terms of range, but certainly in terms of quality, and the taste of the food available was simply fantastic. They also had quite a few healthy options available, including fresh fruit and yogurts, my particular favourite for breakfast. A number of different teas, both Japanese and Western, were available, and the coffee was pretty good as well. The plates they used weren't the biggest I've ever seen, but I certainly did try and stack as much food on them as I possibly could. It was scrumptious. All really good quality ingredients made with care and skill, and all being super flavourful and really tasty. I do think the buffet breakfast at this hotel is one of its main selling points. On the 11th floor, and talk about mood lighting, this is extreme. So that's the lift bank there. You can hardly see anything, it's so dark. And that's the corridor. It's so dark, it's not funny. Oh dear.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you have been waiting for.
Alright, here is the room. It's quite a dark room. We have received an upgrade to this room. It's reasonably spacious for Osaka and for Japan. There's 2 single beds side by side, 2 armchairs and a little table, a couple of welcome gifts have been given to us. That is the view outside. Not brilliant, but a view. Widescreen TV. Sufficient room for suitcases. There's a hotel safe that's very dark. And if I'm not mistaken, that's a very dark bar fridge, you can hardly see it. The hand basin is in the room proper, with a kettle. Some free water bottles and elemental herbology amenities. That's very dark. That is a USB-C and power plug on one side of the bed, and that is another power socket and USB-A plug on this side of the bed. some hangers for storage of coats. You won't get many coats on that, that's for sure. It only looks about 1.5 inches thick. A Japanese style bathroom, all in black. Shampoo, conditioner and body wash, complimentary. That is the shower, and that is a smallish bathtub. There's a separate toilet. That's one of the Japanese style ones with all the fancy buttons. You can probably not tell, but in that dark gloom is a black microwave, and this is a bit unexpected, but we have a washing machine dryer in the room. That'll be really, really handy because we probably need to do a bit of washing. Very handy. Complimentary slippers.
They do have a washing machine somewhere else.
Yeah. All in all, reasonably comfortable,
Yeah.
if somewhat dark and gloomy room.
We knew it was going to be dark.
We did, because we've stayed here at this hotel before. All right, a proper bed, hooray. Joe and I really enjoyed our second stay at the Mercure Tokyo stay, Osaka Namba. It certainly has that dark, brooding, melancholy vibe about it, but it was a very comfortable hotel. The lounge areas with their large windows are nice and bright, and the hotel is an absolutely fantastic location, close to stations and the thriving heart of Dotonbori. And while the room is quite dark, it is very comfortable. The pillows, beds are comfortable, the shower is great, and air conditioning quite effective. And I thought the buffet breakfast was of a particularly good quality. I'd have no hesitation in staying here again. Overall, I'd give this a Maximo rating of 4.5 out of 5. I do hope you've liked this video. If so, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Hit that notify bell so you'll never miss another upcoming video. If you'd like to support my channel, please consider buying me a coffee or hit that super thanks button. Until next time, you take care and bye now.